Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Welcome to Traveling Fools.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we've proved the fool part.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I didn't birth him. I didn't raise him.
I just ate, so I got a little bit of energy.
Anyway, Traveling Fools.
Yes, that would be us.
So we haven't done very many shows on the Traveling Fools part, but we thought that we might give a good review of Norwegian's new ship, the Prima.
Or at least a review. Whether or not it's good.
I meant
it's up for description.
Recording like a... Oh.
Yeah. Because, nobody leaves comments, so how are we supposed to know if it's good?
I got nothing, people. I got nothing. I'm telling you, I got nothing. Anyway.
You got me.
Which means I have everything.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say I still got nothing.
Anyway, review of the Prima. So we went on it twice. We did its inaugural U.S. sailing, which was from, I think they did you're right, they did a cruise travel agent 5-day cruise first. But then we did the cruise from New York to Galveston. I have to admit, I was a little unaware that a repositioning cruise actually stopped at places you could visit. So it was really cool. We went to Aruba, Bonaire, Cozumel. We went to their private island, and we went
private island was second.
And we went to
Curacao,
yes.
Puerto Plata.
So I have to admit, I love the places that we went. Although, God help us, I hate the hawking for buying stuff and tours and everyone walking down the street. It's ridiculous.
They're really aggressive in Cozumel, and Jamaica was bad.
Oh, Jamaica was horrible.
Cozumel, I think, was worse. Although, walking the streets of Jamaica, we were offered some fine quality reefer.
Well, you don't know if it was fine quality or not. They claimed it was.
It's in Jamaica. Jamaica, man, it's good.
So, anyway, we love that.
Partake.
We loved that. It was a 12-day cruise, New York to Galveston. Loved the cruise. It was everything. Tim and I had one of the suites at the very front of the ship. I was worried I wouldn't like it. I did. I liked being there. Now, it was a hike, and I swear that hallway got longer and longer. It was a hike, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, the only downside to having the cabin in the very front of the ship was the view from the balcony. We like to sit there and just watch the water go by. And in that one, we got to sit there and watch the front of the ship.
Yeah. And we like to have the curtains open at night, maybe crack the doors a little bit so we hear the night sounds, which, it's not like you're going to get crickets chirping or something, but we kind of like it.
Yeah,
you can't do that on the front of the ship because it interferes with their visibility, right?
Well, yeah. the not deck, not dock. What is that called?
What?
Where the captain and stuff is. The bridge.
The bridge.
I had to think of Star Trek. What are they called? It interferes with the visibility from the bridge if the cabin's on the front, with their blinds open and the lights shining out.
So we behaved ourselves.
Well.
But we upgraded. We had a room next to it, and then, prices dropped and everything. So we upgraded next to it. And for the first time, we had a butler and a concierge. I'll give a shout out to them. The butler was Lucky. Loved our cabin steward. Oh my gosh, he was wonderful. Right?
Yes. We didn't see if you remembered his name.
No.
Sue.
I was thinking Hugh, and it wasn't Hugh. But anyway, Sue was awesome. Our concierge was Stefan. Stefan was great. Was able to get us into shows and everything. So we hear people are complaining about the Prima a lot. And then we went back on another cruise a few weeks after that. So we've been on it twice. That's right. Their private island was the second cruise.
Yes.
That's what you were telling me.
The staff on the Prima are phenomenal.
Loved them all.
And we've been on several Norwegian cruises, and we were like, the staff was okay. They're good, but this ship, they were phenomenal. Good. Everyone remembered our names.
Yes. And they were good at paying attention to my dietary restrictions and the buffet. They would offer me stuff to go do. They were wonderful. We had put on there that Tim was allergic to dairy. And oh my gosh, they wouldn't even let them have a regular hamburger bun because it had some dairy in it. So we had to take that off and say, you know what? He'll just manage his own dairy tolerances. It was crazy.
Yeah, they definitely went overboard on that.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
The first time they didn't, but the second time they did. Second cruise, they went overboard on that. So we had to take care of that. But all in all, I mean, it's people that are complaining that, you know, it's not made right. There's so many different ways. There's not a straight shot through the cruise. I like that. Yeah. I thought that was cool.
It's definitely a different ship.
Yeah, it was not built for the purposes that the mega ships were built for.
The venues are significantly smaller.
Yeah.
But they're meant to be. And there's more of them, I think. So people can go do more things rather than just, oh my gosh, everyone has to go to this show at this time. No, you can go to a different show.
The shows were good. In the Prima Theater, the shows were good. There's the Donna Summers musical. We went to it the first night. It was nice. It was good. It was interesting.
Not my bag.
And we did not go see it on the second cruise. Once was plenty. We loved the show with
The Noise Boys. Phenomenal.
Yeah, with beatboxers and tap dancing and oh my gosh,
I think we've talked about them before.
Yeah, we did. We loved that show. But here's the thing: we had no problem getting in them.
And it had nothing to do with us being in the Haven.
No.
It had, or in a suite.
No, and nothing to do with it. If you're there 30 minutes early, if you made a reservation and you're there 30 minutes early, you're good.
Yeah, the key is making a reservation. When you first get on board, you have to go either to Cagney's or the Improv. And
well, one of them does all the meal reservations, one does all the events.
No, it's not Cagney's. It's
not Cagney's. It's
the bar.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Forget the name of the bar.
They're right across from each other. Anyway,
Sid Norman's.
There you go, Sid Norman's. So one of them does food.
Sid Norman's
one of them
did the
does
restaurants.
Events.
The other one, Improv, did the shows. That's your first stop. You get a form. You fill out what night you want to go. You stand in line.
Could be a long line.
Yep.
We didn't stand in the long line. We waited a few hours and then we went and stood in a short line. But it was nice. It was good. We enjoyed it. So we had no problem. Now, true, there were a couple of times that when we went to an event, we had to stand up. You need to go let him out?
I don't know. But before I let him out, yes, you make your reservation, but then the night of the show, just stand outside the door half hour early.
Just stand outside. There's a lot of time people who made reservations don't show up. I don't think they make reservations for the entire thing. You can't usually make reservations for Sid Norman's and the Improv. The Improv, you can make reservations for the comedians, but every single time at 15 minutes before the show started, they started letting people in that were standing in line. So even if you had a reservation, you weren't guaranteed a seating if you didn't show up before 15 minutes. We didn't know that on one of the shows we went to in the theater, but we still got in, still got seats.
It was the first time I saw Noise Boys.
Yeah,
So instead of sitting off to the side in the Haven section, we unfortunately had to give one a seat right in the middle, which was awesome.
We actually, on one of the stops, a lot of the members were sitting at a table near us.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't say anything to them or anything, but when they brought the check over, I walked over and said, "I'm sorry, I got this." I figured they deserved a little something. And the one guy was like, "Oh my God, thank you." He was like really, really effusive. He's like, "Did you come to the show that night? This is why." I'm like, "No, we saw y'all a few weeks ago and we were really impressed." I just wanted to do something nice. Not bragging, sorry. I guess that sounds kind of
He dresses like a minion.
It's adorable. Brad?
I
don't know if that's his real name. Anyway, so we liked that, but we went to lots of comedy shows. We went to
Price is Right was fun.
Price is Right is awesome.
Trivia we went to.
I love trivia. Now, I will say the atrium is set up a little weird. I do like on the other ships where the atrium is completely open, because their Sid Normans or whatever had table seats, like on the deck that was the third floor up. And then the second floor up had lounge chairs and everything. And so during things like who wants to the choosing the case thing,
Deal or No Deal,
people were on all three floors playing and hanging over. When they had music and dance, people could do things like that. So that part I did miss. You can't really do that in the Prima. I will say that we did not go see a whole show. We should have, with unfamiliar strangers, familiar strangers. Fabulous music group. Fabulous. They played lots of different shows. We didn't go see them. The other traveling musical place that every now and then we'd pass through the atrium and they'd be playing and a song would sound good, but it wasn't good enough to draw us in to stand and watch.
My favorite was still that one band on that other ship.
Yeah, on the Getaway or something.
I don't remember their name, but
the band.
I'm sorry. When someone in the crowd asks them to play Du Hast from Rammstein,
and they do,
play it, and it sounds phenomenal.
I don't even like that music. I mean,
who would have thought on a cruise ship, a bunch of older people, that they were going to start playing, that type of music?
It was awesome. And we would go and hear them every night. We would go watch the comedians. That was on the other ship. So on this one, just again, there were a few things we had to stand up for. The first cruise, I don't think we did. The second cruise, we did have to stand up for a few things. They had like majority rules, which we got a table at, but they had the perfect couple.
Yeah,
and
it goes back to showing up early.
That's what it comes back down to. Believe it or not, one of the trivia games was really crowded, the Star Wars trivia, and we were in the very, very back of the room, standing. They let people come in. I will say, if you're going to plan to go on the cruise and they might do Star Wars trivia or something like that, wear something that matches it. They might actually do Disney trivia, Star Wars trivia.
I don't think they'll do Disney because of Disney Cruise Lines.
But, that's true.
But they definitely did
Harry Potter.
They did Harry Potter.
And there were people that had tattoos. One of the women actually worked at Universal Studios in the Harry Potter area, so wasn't going to be us winning. We did win the Star Wars, though, so that was cool. We didn't wear something we know to it, but it was great. But all of these negative reviews, here's the thing. The food apparently was fantastic. For us, it was good.
We're not foodies.
My daughter and her boyfriend kind of are. They like more of this. They want to be.
And if they're watching, you guys are fantastic.
Exactly.
Leave a comment.
Same menu every night. For my gluten-free, they wanted me to order the day before, but I don't know where I want to eat the next night.
Especially because you're with me.
He eats the diet of a 12-year-old, which is really limited now further from the diabetes. So hamburgers, hot dogs, pizzas, spaghetti.
Which are all bad.
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't be eating.
So we're not foodies. We're not drinkers. By the way, big tip on the drinking package. This was a brilliant move by Norwegian. Other cruise ships might do it too. Your drinks may be free up to a certain amount, 12 drinks a day or something. Your drinks might be free, but you're paying an additional 20% gratuity automatically tips for the day. So you're not just paying the regular tips, you're paying the drink tips and tax. So knock that off if you're not going to drink enough to make it worthwhile. We had 4 drinks. I discovered I liked the mudslides, but here's the thing. I only had like 3 over the whole cruise. I started telling them make the alcohol really, really light. Then I realized I don't even want the alcohol in it, and I'd ask them to make me a milkshake. It was good. It was really good. We loved bingo. We went to bingo almost every chance we got. We loved bingo. We didn't win anything, but we loved bingo. You have to pay for it. I know, extra things. I think we walked away with $2,000 in extra charges.
If excuse me, if you do go display bingo in the beginning, get the shirt, because you wear the shirt. The rest of the bingo things, you get free.
You get extra tickets and stuff.
Yeah, you get free stuff.
So if you buy the $59 packet, you get a shirt with it.
I'm gonna let the little dog in.
Is that Jack? He might not want to come in. He likes to play chase, and he'll stand at the door and bark for people to come play with him. Hi, Jack. Come on. He's going to stand at the door because he wants people to chase him, our other dog. And it irritates me that the little white dog, Marco, wants to run and play, but he won't go outside and run and play. Jack, I don't know.
Too cold.
Well, it hadn't been too cold.
I think it's supposed to be in the mid-30s.
We're at like 15 minutes. We're going to wrap this up quickly. Here's the thing. The Prima wasn't bad.
It's
the food
just
was good. The staff was great. The entertainment was wonderful. If they had to cancel something because people were sick, whatever. We didn't have a cancellation. The cruise director was great. We had Simon on the first one, and we had... Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. But I liked him. I liked him better than Simon.
I wanted to say Jeff, but it wasn't Jeff.
It wasn't Jeff. Liked him. I really liked him. And I told him that too. We had a ton of kids on the second cruise.
The second cruise, we had the most kids they've had on board.
Like over 400 kids. Oh my
goodness.
Yes. Good googly
See, this is
moo.
what married couples do. They finish each other's sentences.
Good googly moo.
Moo.
Good googly.
Moo moo.
Goo.
Goo goo moo goo.
Good.
McGee magoo.
Anyway, they really irritated the bingo game because whenever the announcer would say, if you got the O, say O-E-O. If you got the N, say na-na-na-na-na. And the kids were doing that, but they weren't doing it with their appropriate letters. They just kept hollering na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. The whole time, the actual announcer had to tell them they needed to hush while calling the number because people are serious about bingo. And
serious bingo players on board.
They also do a bingo king and queen, so it was cool. But the next night or 2 nights later, the announcer was host for one of the shows, and he said something, and I just looked at him and went na 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 na, and he couldn't even stand up straight. He was dying. But I realized that I'm not so thrilled with going on cruises with a ton of kids on them. And we're going on a Disney cruise in June. So
I was just going to ask you, what's our next cruise?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I really wish he would become a travel agent because I love cruising and I can work on them. I did buy the upgraded internet package. I didn't need it. It didn't work most of the time. And no, I haven't filed a complaint with Norwegian. I guess I should.
New ship. It's going to happen. Second cruise, you couldn't get internet to work at all.
No.
On your phone.
No.
On their app.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it worked fine, but not on hers.
Apparently you can still get social media even though you don't buy the social media packet. We were constantly able to see all the messages on Facebook and everything even though we didn't have that.
Yeah, what was weird is I'd get all these notifications. Not that I could look at them, I would just get a notification, like on our doorbell camera. It'd be like, oh, front door notice this person. I'm like, great, okay. I can't do anything about it.
What are you going to do about it?
I can't look at it.
Yeah.
Or, this person posted this message on Facebook. Yeah, I can't access it.
Okay, so we're closing out. We're at 18 minutes, a little longer than we like to go. We like to do 12 to 13, but we don't have a standard for traveling pools yet. We're going to get there. So where would I put the Prima if we have 4 thumbs to do up? 2?
Yeah.
2 thumbs, no fingers. If it's your kind of ship, it's your kind of ship. We probably won't go on it again. It's not our kind of ship. But I don't really have a lot of negative to say about it.
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
You got to know that going in. Set your expectations.
They're trying to, on these ships and the next one that's coming out, they're trying to be more of the luxury brand ships. I'm not sure how that line of ships is going to be very successful for them. But it is what it is. Out of 4 thumbs, they get 2.
For the Prima.
For the Prima. There we go.
How are we ending this?
We out.
We out.
We out. That's probably pack your suitcases.
Yeah. I was going to add something to that. We out, but got to keep it PG.
Yeah, we got to figure out something to say. If y'all have something we can say to end with.
Leave a comment below.
Bye, y'all.
Adios.